What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Ridge here to talk some MLB prop plays over on PrizePicks for Tuesday, April the 25th. It's a big slate today, but not the best slate overall. Not loving it, but let's dive into the plays right after the intro.
He's got it! What a catch by Mookie Betts. A lot of names that if you're not a Pirates fan,
So the first play I really want to highlight is Kyle Brady under his strikeouts at 4.5. You can see they're at 4.5 right now as the time I'm recording. Hopefully you can get it. This is minus 145 on DraftKings right now. You can see he's only done this in 2 of his last 5 starts, one of them being against Washington and one being last season on October the 2nd. So he's only done it once this season so far, and it's just not really a mark he hits very often. The only time he did it was against Washington. Today he plays Boston, and while it's possible, Boston is actually playing surprisingly well. They played well yesterday, and so I expect them to continue to do so. And so I don't expect Brady to get there, and so I'm kind of surprised this number is where it is. But you know, if they're going to give it to us, I'm happy to take it. But in terms of hitters and the guys we're looking at today, we're looking at Pete Alonso, Seiya Suzuki, and Nico Hoerner. We'll start with Suzuki and Hoerner, 2 righties that should absolutely mash Blake Snell. Snell has not been good to start the year. His fastball has just been getting crushed. I was on Sean Murphy last week when he started. Sean Murphy hit a dinger off him in his second at bat. I think you could see similar things happen for Chicago. Chicago's one of the best run differentials in all of baseball. They've been very, very good to start the year. And everyone's surprised. You know, they start bringing all these pieces, and all of a sudden they're looking good. They have a lot of good right-handed bats, and so that's one of the reasons I really like them. I did like Bellinger today, but the problem is he's left-handed, so I wasn't going to go after him. And both these guys have relatively low numbers. Suzuki, like you can see, been hitting the 9.2, 8.7 threshold on the year. He's been well over the 6.5, and same with Hoerner. He's been in double digits and hitting a ton of home runs. So I think that Hoerner and Suzuki are both in great spots today, being right-handed hitters, and at a modest 6.5 hitters fantasy score, I think you can take advantage of that. And the last guy, like I mentioned, is Pete against Josiah Gray. You know, the matchup looks okay. He's been slumping a little bit, but I think that he can get back on track. He hits 500 against Gray, so I think it's a really good spot for him as well. I think all 3 of these guys have really good matchups, especially, you know, if you wanted to stack Cubs against Snell, especially righties against Snell. It's been very fruitful for us. Last week, it was kind of so-so, but Albies and Sean Murphy both got it done for us. Now, Albies obviously switch hitter, but I think that Suzuki and Hoerner both profile very, very well to do well against Snell, and so I think they can take advantage of, like I mentioned, the Cubs are scoring a ton of runs. They've been surprisingly one of the best teams in all of baseball, and I don't think people expected that from them, but they're definitely playing at that level. And when you see, you know, this team that's been putting up a ton of runs and scoring a lot with guys at 6.5 is a great number because a double and an RBI gets it. A hit, a run, an RBI, a walk, a run, RBI. Like, it kind of all can get there a little bit easier. All you really need is a hit and 2 other things, whether it's a walk and a run, a walk and an RBI. However you want to get there, it definitely lots of opportunity. You probably have to get on base twice unless you rip a double or an RBI double and score a run, which again, both these guys can do because they both profile as hitters that can take advantage of Snell. I think this is a great spot for all 3 hitters. You know, Pete at 7.5 is fine. I think he can do damage against Josiah, so I'm not really too worried about that. And like I mentioned, being under 7 against Snell, which I think is a very good matchup for both these hitters, is a really, really good spot. And like I mentioned, go and get Brady if you can. Looks like he's still at 4.5, so definitely want to attack that because as you can see, only once this season, and it was against the worst team in all of baseball in the Washington Nationals. So that's where I'm kind of at with Brady. I think that he's got a really, really bad spot right now. I don't think he's going to go over personally. He might, but I don't think so. So those are kind of the picks I'm rolling with today. Kyle Brady under his strikeouts at 4.5. Pete Alonso over his hitters fantasy score at 7.5. And Nico Hoerner and Seiya Suzuki over their hitters fantasy score at 6.5. As always, if you tailgate PrizePicks, and if we fail, do not bail. Make sure to drop me a like and subscribe for all future content. Drop me down a comment down below with who you are rocking with today. It is Dinger Tuesday after all. Maybe you have some home run bets for me. Until next time, good luck tonight, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.
he's got it! What a catch by Mookie Betts. A lot of names that if you're not a Pirates fan, you probably don't know.
He's the closest thing we've seen to Mike Trout.
Yeah, best team in the American League.
The Yankees have the most intimidating lineup in baseball.